Poshmark again is my best-selling platform. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrea. I am a part-time reseller. I resell on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. I am a mom to a 5-year-old and I'm a Montessori teacher that stopped working outside the home, and this is how I supplement my income. I find things at thrift stores and discount stores such as TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Nordstrom Rack, and I find things in these stores to resell for a profit. If you would like to learn how to do that as well, today I'm going to show you what sold for me. In my channel, I like to show you what I've been picking up and also what has been selling for me, what brands and styles to look out for, so you can also make money from home like me. First, let me show you my vintage shirt. This shirt is amazing. The back is amazing. I'm actually not keeping it, but I just wanted to wear it once for a video, so I hope you like it. It's beautiful. By the time this video is up, this shirt is probably going to be listed on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. So in this video, I'm going to do a recap for my sales for the month of February. I'm going to tell you how much my gross sales were, my net profits, my cost of goods, how many items I listed, what were my best-selling brands, my best-selling category, my best-selling size. I hope that that's helpful in your business so you can see what's selling for me. Maybe that will sell for you as well. I know every business model is different and what sells for me might not sell for you, but it's a good insight. I love watching what sold videos because it gives me an idea of what's selling for other sellers. So I have my recap here. I have stopped selling on Kidizen just because my sales on Kidizen have not been good. I only sold one little thing or two little things in January, and in February I didn't sell anything. And I am paying my sister to cross post for me, so I don't think I want to keep her cross posting to a platform that is not making any sales. I think you need to be a lot more active on Kidizen in order to make sales, and I don't want to take another platform that you have to share your items, because Poshmark already does that for me, and Poshmark is my best selling platform. So I don't want to add Kidizen if it's not giving me the return for my time or for the money that I'm paying somebody to cross post the items for me. So whatever is there, I'm going to leave. So if it sells, I'm still gonna ship it, but I'm just not gonna post new items on Kidizen. So I only have sales on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. So in January, Mercari was good. I had good sales on Mercari, but in February my sales tanked, and I couldn't actually tell you why, because I've been doing the same thing. I've been listing the same. I have been sending offers. I've been promoting my items. But in February, I only sold 15 items on Mercari for a total of $577.75, and that is $355.20 total sales less fees. My average sale price was $33.98. My average sale price per item minus fees was $23.68. My cost of goods for all of these items was $74.07, and my average net profit was $18.07. So I made a profit of $280.50 on Mercari. So this was a significant decrease for me. Then my second platform was eBay. I sold a total of $1,747.77. For eBay's gross numbers, shipping is always included, so take that into account. This number would be much lower if shipping was not included. So my total sales on eBay minus shipping and fees was $1,148.68, which was a very significant increase from last month, from January. So I had net sales of almost $400 more on eBay this month. My average sale price on eBay was $33.96. Again, this is including shipping. And my average sale price minus fees, which is taking out shipping and the fees that eBay charges, was $23.71. I sold 49 items on eBay. And I spent $244.02 on cost of goods for all of these items. My average profit per item was $18.73. I had a net profit of $900.66. Poshmark again is my best selling platform. I sold $2,281 on Poshmark, and that is $1,799.83 minus fees. So I had a great increase on Poshmark. I sold more than $600 more this month than I did last month on Poshmark. My average sale price on Poshmark is $27.48. And my average sale price minus fees, which is 20% for Poshmark, I sold 83 items on Poshmark. My cost of goods for all of these items was $413.34. And my average profit per item was $16.70. My net profit on Poshmark was $1,386.49. In the month of February, I listed 182 items. This is a low number for me. I have a goal of listing 250 items a month. So far, I have not reached my goal in January or February. I'm trying to push myself to reach that goal and more in March so I can make up for those months that I didn't reach my goal. I spent a total of $819.57 on inventory. I spent $45.61 on supplies, which is tape, ink, labels. Then I pay $29 for List Perfectly. If you are thinking of selling on different platforms and cross posting, you should consider List Perfectly. I have a code down below that you can get 30% off your first month, so you can try it out. It's a lifesaver, and I use my sister now to cross post for me, so that frees me up to list more items. So these were my expenses. I am not including, of course, cost of gas, electricity, and things like that. But when I do my taxes, all of these things are going to be included as well as expenses. So I paid my sister, my virtual assistant, $60.63. Right now, I am training her so she can learn to cross post. And when she gets the hang of it and I have to spend less time teaching her, I plan to increase this a little bit. She lives in Brazil, and with the currency exchange, it's a good deal for her. She's taking care of 2 children at home, and in her spare time, she cross lists for me. So it's a win-win situation. After my cost of goods, I had a profit of $2,428.81. I reinvested $819.57 into my business. That is for inventory that I have purchased. So I'm just going to give you some stats about my sales. I use the app Seller Insight to give me an insight on my inventory and my sales. So here, I'm going to put a picture right here so you can see better, but I am looking at my stats. For the month of February, my items took 32 days to sell in on average. If you have seen my recap for the year 2020, my sales were taking 150 days to sell. So I was really trying to lower that number by sending out aggressive offers, relisting items. So I'm very good with 30 days, 32 days for my items to sell on average. My most profitable category was shoes. I sold 20 pairs of shoes last month on Poshmark only. This analysis is only for Poshmark just because Seller Insight only takes Poshmark's numbers. Just to be transparent, these are only for Poshmark sales. So I sold 20 pairs of shoes, but I have 222 more available. So So that tells me that my sell-through rate for shoes is not very good right now. So I have a lot of shoes. My next most profitable category was pants and jeans. I have 82 listed and 12 of them sold. Then next is dresses. I have 100 dresses listed and 7 dresses sold. I'm hoping that this number is going to go up as the weather gets warmer. So I have 86 tops and I sold 11. Category was pants and jumpsuits. I have 82 listed and I sold 12. I have 76 pairs of jeans and only 7 sold, which is not very good because I love sourcing jeans. And that tells me that they are not selling very well. That's a little bit under 10% sell through rate. And I have 56 jackets and I only sold 3. And I have 44 bags and I sold 4. So you can see here that my sell through rate for most of these categories is under 10%. So those are my best categories. I'm not going to go into details with the other ones. I'm going to tell you my average revenue, which is my average sale price for each one of these categories. You can see here that shoes is way up there. I have an average sale price of $32.20 for shoes. Then my pants and jumpsuits average sale price is $26. My dresses, even though I have a lot of them and only a few are selling, has a higher average sale price than other categories. So my average sale price for dresses is $31.80. Then tops, you can see it's low, it's 19.82. Jeans is 26.71. And jackets, even though only a very few sold, my average sale price is the highest of $34. So as I told you before, my items were listed for 32 days before they sold on average. My shoes take 46 days to sell on average, then pants 23, dresses 31, tops 15, jeans 40 days, jackets 20 days. So I'm going to tell you my most profitable brands right now. So my first brand is Lululemon, not a surprise here. Lululemon is still a great brand for me. It's not selling for as much as I used to sell before and not as fast, but it's still a very good brand to pick up. Next is Brooks. I have 5 items listed from Brooks and I sold 2. And I have 1 pair of Uggs and 1 of them sold. So that's a great sell-through rate right there. Soft Surroundings, I have 5 items from that brand and 2 of them sold last month. Free People, I have 12 and I sold 3. Then Young, Fabulous, and Broke, I have 2 items and I sold 1. Most profitable sizes are medium, large, and small, but they are also the ones that I have more of listed. So the ones that I had the best sell-through rate are size 14. You can see I have 6 and I sold 3 of them. Also size 2, I had 11 and I sold 3. And size 0, which I have 13 and I sold 2 of them. So now I'm going to show you my best sales for the month of February. I sold 147 items. So I'm going to show you my 5 best sales on Mercari, my 5 best sales on eBay, and my 10 best sales on Poshmark. And I'm also going to show you some of my fastest sales. So my first best sale on Mercari were these Allbirds wool runners low top sneakers. I sold them for $32. That was the first time I found Allbirds and I was super excited and I thought it was going to sell much faster than it did. It took me maybe 3 months to sell it. If you are not familiar with Allbirds, I'm going to show you here the back. I almost passed this up because it doesn't look very impressive because it's made of wool, so it might look a little worn when you look at the shoes. So I'm going to show you here how to recognize Allbirds. Then I sold this pair of Sorel Ice Fox Snow Winter Boots Youth size 6. I sold them for $33. Sorel is a great brand and it sells quite fast for me. The next sale was a bundle. On Mercari, unfortunately, people cannot bundle things. They have to message you and ask you to make a bundle listing for them. So this woman, she asked me to bundle this American Giant leggings and a Vineyard Vines shirt. Bundled them for her, and I gave her a great deal. American Giant is a great brand for you to look out for. I am going to add the tag so you can see. So in my mind, the way I did the math is I sold the leggings for $35 and the Vineyard Vines pullover for $20. Then my last best sale on Mercari, which Mercari was not impressive this month at all, were these UGG Daily tall boots. They were a size 6. I bought two pairs of the same style maybe 3 years ago, and this pair, because it was a size 6, has been sitting for a long time. I still made a decent profit just because I think I paid $25 to $30 for these, and I couldn't wait to get rid of them because they were just sitting for too long and they take a lot of space just because they are tall boots. So yeah, I sold them for $58. I was very happy to sell them. So now I'm going to show you my best sales on eBay. So I had an increase in sales on eBay and I was very excited about it. eBay has been very slow for me, so I tried a few different things. So what I did in the month of February on eBay was I started listing first on eBay. I used to list first on Poshmark, so I decided to devote my attention more to eBay to see if I can bring my numbers up. I started listing there first, and then my sister cross posts to Mercari and Poshmark. So this way, eBay has consistent listings every day, just because she might not cross post one day, and I don't want eBay to have one day that I don't have new listings going up. I also started running sales every single weekend. Before I used to do every other weekend, and I started being very aggressive with my offers. So on the weekend when I run a sale, I also send offers. So on top of my discount from the sale, I also send an additional offer. So I've made quite a few sales like that, and I plan to continue this strategy. It's better to sell something for a little bit lower than you were expecting than not selling it at all. So I sold this Christens du Nord silk top. Please don't be upset at me if I'm saying that totally wrong. I have no idea how to say that. This is a very high-end brand, very expensive. It's sold on the Real, but this is just a plain silk top. Had nothing really too exciting. It was a small size as well. I had this listed at $69.99. I didn't have any watchers for a long time. So when I was running a sale, I realized that I had a watcher on this item, and I decided to be very aggressive and send a $39.99 offer, and they accepted it, which is a great profit. I bought this at Savers, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, and I paid $3 or $4 for it. Then this was a very exciting and unexpected sale for me because I almost didn't pick up this item, and it sold in less than a week. It's a men's item that it was in the women's section. As I have said in previous videos many times before, I usually don't go through the men's section, not because I don't like selling men's items, just because I never have time to do it, and I prioritize what I know how to sell. But I found that there, and it had a tags on, and it was $1 only, and I was debating if I should take it or not, just because I thought it was women's at first, and I didn't like the style very much because it was not actually a women's item. It was a men's pair of pants. So I decided to pick it up to try it out because it was $1 and because it had the tags on. So I took it home and I did some research, and these pants are actually sold online for $120. And it seems to be a small niche brand. So somebody was looking for them and sent me an offer of $41.20. And no, I'm lying here. I was running a sale and they bought it full price. Then I sold this Fossil black leather knee-high boots. I bought these for $4 at my favorite thrift store, and I bought them knowing that they would take longer to sell just because of the style. It's a beautiful, gorgeous pair of boots, but just the high heel combined with the tall cuff, knee length. I knew it's not an everyday boot, so it's a more going out boot kind of style. So it took, I don't know, 3 4 months for it to sell. But Fossil is a very good brand. So yeah, it still sold for $45, and I was happy about it. This dress took, I bought it back in June or July, at Savers. It was brand new without tags. It still had the little bag with the extra, with the spare buttons. So I listed it as new without tags, and I was so certain it was going to sell because I picked it up in July and I listed it in July, and I was certain it was going to sell before fall, and it sold now in February. But I was excited, very excited when I received the $60 offer. I think I listed it for $79.99, so it was a very decent offer. And I'm going to show you here the label so you can know what soft surroundings label looks like. It is a brand that sits for me, so it's not a fast mover at all. So just be patient with soft surroundings. It sells, and it sells for great money. And then the last sale on eBay is a very exciting one because it was a bundle. I don't sell many bundles on eBay just because eBay also is not very easy to sell bundles like Poshmark is. For eBay, the buyer needs to buy everything and then ask the seller to send an invoice so the seller can calculate the shipping. So this lady started sending me offers back to back. So she sent me offers on 4 items, and they were actually great sales and very reasonable offers. So I sold this bins items. It was a bag that I bought at the bins, and I've had this for like, I think, 3 years, and I wanted to give this away just because I wanted to get it out of the house. It was sitting for too long. Then I got this Michael Kors Python snake print handbag. I bought this at Savers, 50% off sale for $5. Then she sent me an offer on this Uglinia wood boots that I bought at Savers. I think I paid $13 for it. I think the offer she sent me was $30. Then I had this very exciting sale, which was this fur coat, and I had listed it for, I think, $199 or over $200. She sent me $175 offer, and I accepted it. So the total was $274.97, and she paid $32.84 to ship because all of these items combined weighed 10 pounds. So that was a very hefty price to pay for shipping. But I have bad news. So she just opened a return for the fur coat. She said it's not real fur, and she said it doesn't fit her. So the way I knew that this was real fur is because inside of the tag it said fur cleaning only. So I assumed that it was real fur. It doesn't say what kind of fur, and it didn't have a brand. After she messaged me and said it was fake, I went online and found a way to see if the fur coat is real fur. You have to burn the fur a little bit. If it smells like hair burning, it's real fur, and if it turns into like a little plastic ball, it's not, it's synthetic. So if she returns it to me, I'm going to do this test and see. But I thought it was real fur because the instructions said that it needed to be cleaned like real, like fur. So now I'm going to show you my 10 best sales. This is a very long video. I'm so sorry, guys. And if you're still here, thank you so much for watching till now. This is also going to take me forever to edit. So I have 10 sales on Poshmark to show you. I'm just going to go by date. So on February 2nd, I sold these Brooks sneakers. They sold for $50. I love selling Brooks sneakers, and what I like the most is that they sit and sometimes they don't get too much attention and somebody comes and scoops at full price. This was a full price sale. Then was a retail arbitrage. I picked up this coat slash cardigan for $10 at TJ Maxx or Marshalls, and I sold it for $55. It sold quite fast. It had a lot of interest. It's a young, fabulous, and broke. I did my research before I picked this up. I sold a little bit lower than I wanted to just because it's the end of the season and there were a lot of them listed. So I sold this Beta brand pants for $40. I picked this up for $5 at my favorite thrift store. Then I sold this Lululemon Align cropped pants. I sourced this from Kitizen. I had some credit. Somebody signed up to Kitizen through my link and I got a little bit of credit and they were going to expire. So I started looking for things to buy to flip. And I bought this, I think, for 20 something dollars and I used up all of the credits. So this was cost me, I think, $3 and I sold it for 45. Another pair of Brooks, as you can see here, that was a full sale price. $50 I sold these shoes for. Then I sold the soft surroundings, another example of soft surroundings sitting for a long time and selling for full price. I listed this last summer and it sold now in February. I'm sure somebody's going on vacation and they're gonna look fabulous in this dress. And then I sold this Kohan Espadrille Mule. I hope I'm saying that right. And this was a retail arbitrage. I bought this at Nordstrom Rack for $15, sold for $49. Then I sold this Ugg Bandera boots. I bought this at Marshalls or TJ Maxx for $29 and sold for $65. These boots were returned to me from Tracy. I sold them there once and they got returned. They are brand new and I sold them again. And then I sold this Lily Pulitzer. It was a full price sale. I listed this for $50. It was a size 0 and somebody came and bought it at full price. I'm sure it's also somebody going on a nice vacation and I'm very jealous of them. Then I sold this Cassidy women's sandals. This was given to me by somebody who was donating their items on Facebook Marketplace and I sold them for $50. They were listed. These are extremely expensive. As you can see, the retail price was $750 and I think I had it listed for $75 and somebody sent me an offer of $50, which I thought was very reasonable. These were listed for a long time and they were a very small size. They were size 5 and these are perfect vacation shoes as well. I'm so jealous of all these people who are going somewhere wearing these beautiful clothes. So these were my sales. I hope you like videos like that. If you do, please leave me a comment so I can keep making them. They take very long to prepare just because I have to analyze my sales and make all the prints and to bring you all the information. So it would be helpful to me to know if you like videos like that. If you don't like videos like that, please let me know as well. And I hope to see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Again is my best-selling platform. So I sold this Christens du Nord, Don Espadrille